Aloha and welcome everyone to the Heart to Spirit Connections webcast for March 2025. And here we go right into March because it's the first day of March right here. So we went from February that seemed to me like it was awfully long for a February. But here we go into March, and it's going to be a very dynamic month. And so that is why, one of the reasons why, I chose the topic for today, which is called Doing Your Journey with Signature Cell Healing. Now, that whole idea of doing your journey, I kind of tried to encapsulate in the image for this webinar of the lady staring down the mountain with the path going like this all the way down, and she could see really far ahead that path was a journey, and we all have a journey. So we're going to talk about that today, and what a beautiful thing that we have with signature cell healing, because it helps us to do that journey. And I'm so grateful for that, because I'm doing my journey too, just like you. So we'll begin with just a little bit of deep breathing. So if you can just sit where you are and just sit very comfortably and take some nice deep breaths and inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth, and just feel the golden particles coming through your crown chakra, and they come in through the pineal gland in the center of your head where the signature cell is, and that has our blueprint for this and all other lifetimes. So just breathe and let those golden particles come through the crown and through the pineal gland. And as they light up the blueprint, they change into white light, and you draw them down into your heart space, and exhale and let that light just permeate your whole physical body. As I call upon the Creator's light, the Christ light, the Goddess Weave of Love, our Master Guide Kirill, Master Kahu Fred, and all the goddess lights of all the colors of this great shift in consciousness. We know that we're here on a beautiful journey at a very special time for Mother Earth, because it is the time of the great shift in consciousness. And we know that this is the time that we all signed up for, that we all wanted to be here for, because it's a very special time that happens very, very seldom on evolving planets. So as you breathe, feel now the light lighting up your blueprint for your healing journey. And we offer this prayer from our hearts in love. Amen. So I have a little throat lozenge going because we have volcanic activity here in Lemuria, which is so exciting and so beautiful to watch. And when you're here, sometimes that, I think they call it wahipele, the fog, the haze from the volcano will come up north, and we feel it, and it gets into my throat. Some people are a little bit immune to it, but this is big. So we know that the goddess light, goddess Pele, and the elemental goddess sisters, Pele, Isis, Mariah, and Gaia, they are weaving a balance of the four bodies now for our great shift. And it's a beautiful time. And I've put right up above over here the book called The Great Shift by my mentor, Kahu Fred Sterling. And you know what? It's always a nice book to go back to and reread, because there's so much happening now that was written in that book in the 1980s, late 1980s. And here we are now in our great shift. I had someone come for a healing this past week, and they said, yeah, they saw the book on in my healing room, and they said, yeah, when is that great shift? When that's going to happen, And I said, it's happening now. Oh, that's all these things going on in my life. Okay, I get it. And, I think I need to remind myself of that. It's things coming up in our own personal lives. This is a personal great shift, and it's a collective great shift. It's a planetary great shift. And this is a time when we're doing our healing journey. So I want to, just talk about first to tell you this webcast every month is on the first Saturday of the month. And it's a time for us to come together and expand our heart's connection to spiritual guidance and feel the balance on all four bodies. And it's a time to share and to ask your questions and to see that you're not alone in doing this journey. We're all here together, and we're all experiencing something on the path. So I was saying before we started the recording that the image for this webcast, and you'll see it when the recording goes up on YouTube or on my website, right, at KarinnaNielsen.com, is a young lady sitting at the up in the mountains, like I often did when I lived in Europe, and sit there and look down at the path of the journey, right? And it's kind of winding and it kind of goes off and you can't see the end of it. And that is a really great image for what we're talking about today, because we're doing the journey, and the key, I feel, to that is staying present where we are in the now. And Master Guide Kiro called that the actuality of now. And that's the most powerful place to be. And so why would that be? Because the past only exists the way we remember it, right? So we can choose to, change how we feel about the past. We can shift it, we can change it. It's all depending on who was there, what each person remembers, but what do I remember? I can shift that if I want to, and the future has not been created yet. So there's no sense in worrying about it. The most powerful place to be is in the now, working and healing what we have right with us right now. And for me, that's I said in the write-up for this program that I'm interacting with a lot with people, doing healing sessions and readings and things like that, and meeting with you folks. And this is the time when our own personal journeys are coming up so beautifully. And you might think, well, geez, I'm fighting with these people, and this is awful happening to me physically, and I just feel so confused, and there's a lot of chaos and everything. This is a time for signature cell healing, because signature cell healing helps us do our journey, whatever it might be. And that's what I love about it, because it can meet you where you are right now. The tools and the techniques come from Lemuria, were developed by Kahu Fred Sterling, our founder and my mentor, and they're created for a time just like now, because the Lemurians went through times like we're having too. They went through several great shifts in consciousness. And I know the shift from the third dimension to the fourth dimension was even more difficult than the one we're having right now, believe it or not. Because when you're in it, you think, oh my goodness, this is crazy. This is what's going on. What's happening? And the really important thing for all of us to remember is to stay focused on your own journey. I mean, of course, you can be aware of other things, but the most important thing is don't get distracted from your own personal journey on the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. So, for me personally, there's things that have come up physically that I'm working through healing. And I've been here at different times and told you where I am with these things, and I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm telling you, it's wonderful to get some kind of feedback from what we're doing and to see that, yeah, it's working. Signature cell healing is working. So I want to say that we're coming up on this month of March, and it is the Trinity month. So what does that mean? That means in the Lemurian numerology, we're in the three energy, and that's a beautiful time because I know we have number three life path number people here. Wendy and Sandra, I'm not sure if there's any others. Yes. And so the number three is a powerful number, and it's all about the balance of your truth, trust, and passion. And when those three are in balance, and even when they're not, you're going to find love in the center. So if you feel that your truth is out of balance, or your trust is out of balance, or you don't feel your passion in balance, you can go to love and bring that into the Trinity light. It's like Master Guide Kiro said in the other book that I got over there, 10 Principles of Consciously Creating. It's like a three-legged stool. When one leg of the stool is out of balance, it's going to totter, right? And teeter-totter. And when you bring love into it and light up your truth, light up your trust, light up your passion, you'll feel the love in the center. So that's something we all can remember this month, because it's going to be a dynamic month in so many ways. There's, of course, astrologically, we've got all these, everyone's talking about the 7 planets that we can see in the evening sky. And you could see 7 if you had a nice telescope, right? But actually with the naked eye, you could see maybe 5, maybe 4 of them. So it depends on where you are, but it is a really powerful time. There's planets going retrograde, planets going direct. There's all this energy shifting. We have the spring equinox coming up towards the 20th, 21st, depending on where you are. So it's a beautiful time. I call it of renewal, of going deep into our own healing and finding the gems along that path of the journey. So when we use the tools and techniques of signature cell healing, like the 5 breath self-healing meditation, 10 principles of consciously creating, these are the tools that we have to help us to understand what the heck is going on in my life and all around me. And the key is to stay in our hearts in love and not go to fear, because it's so easy to go to fear, chaos, and confusion. But if we stay in this beautiful energy of love, we can elevate. And one of the 10 principles is meditation, number 8. So it's a great time to hone your meditation practice, and also, say your prayers. I'm doing my prayers. And we've been talking about in our graduates review classes, we've been talking about the 4 pillars of conscious creation: prayer, meditation, sleep safe programming, and masterminding, which you can read about in that book or in the recordings. And the links to those were in my newsletter that went out for March. And you can sign up for the newsletters at KarinnaNielsen.com. And this is a time when those pillars really, really help, because you can define your journey and define what you want to know. So I'm going to get back to the numerology by choosing a Lemurian prophecy card. And this is for Sandra. She likes this. So we're going to first, and this is just a regular card deck, so you can do this yourself, right? And I'm going to shuffle 5 times, because 5 is the number for love in Lemurian numerology. And then I'm going to ask you all to send your light into the cards and we'll choose a card to guide us today in the workshop, the webcast. Thank you. So we'll pick a card. 3 of diamonds. Okay, so we know it's about our truth, trust, and passion in the month of March. And we also know, okay, remember this, there are 4 suits and there are 4 bodies that 4 body healing that we're working through in our lives. So the spades are the spiritual, the clubs are the mental, the hearts are the emotional, and the diamonds are the physical. So this is about our physical healing journey and being centered in love. How about that? Can't make this stuff up, and I didn't cheat. This is straight from guidance, you guys. And I have a little, I came across my little card thing from somebody special who created this for me. Oops. So we're gonna put our card up here. Keep centered there. You see that? All right. Okay. So does that bring up any questions, first of all, for the, as far as the numerology and the energy of this month, and anything that anybody would like to share or question? In the newsletter, I also had, because when I first went to Honolulu Church of Light over 25 years ago, everybody was talking about doing your journey, and I didn't really understand what that was about. I thought it was like, go from here to there, that kind of thing. But what they were talking about was a spiritual journey through my blueprint, what I came here to heal and to experience. And I packed that blueprint full. We all did, because we're not coming back. This is our last opportunity to have this 3rd dimensional experience of relationships and understanding love on this level, right? And so people would say things like, when something would happen, people would say things like, well, what's your lesson in that? And it sounded so mean to me. But then on the other hand, they had a point, because everything that I experience is got to have a message for me. And if I stay in love, I'll understand that and how it affects me. So from our textbook, I think you can see it okay here. Signature Cell Healing, the Awakening the Chromosomes of Youth and Vitality. This is the ebook that we use as a textbook for our Signature Cell Healing online workshops. And that workshop is, I will present that again in its new format in March, at 22nd, 23rd, and 29th of March. And the registration is open at signaturecellhealing.com, or you can get there through KarinnaNielsen.com too. And in this book, there's a beautiful message from Master Guide Kirill, and I just want to put it forth now. No matter whom you think you are here to heal, no matter what part in someone else's healing journey you think you are about to play, without doubt, it is seriously first about your own healing. I'm not speaking just about healing a cut on your arm. It's not only about healing a cancerous tumor or an age-old rickety knee. Healing is also the moment you decide that you can have the relationship that you want to have, that you can create the marriage that you want to create. It can begin the moment that you move past all that you went through as a young child, or when you decide to release the anguish of feeling trapped by a certain set of circumstances and live in the very presence of who you are in the now. What I'm saying to you is that healing is about the journey. It happens on many levels in all 4 bodies: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. And there is absolutely nothing that cannot be healed. The question is, how far are you willing to go to be healed? So, I mean, that message from Master Guide Kiro popped out at me, and I thought, this is just the perfect explanation of us doing our journey and what that means. And so powerful to know that everything can be healed. And Kahu Fred used to say that all the time, everything can be healed in love. And he lived that journey. And I know we're all living that journey of healing, because we keep, and what does that mean? So like doing a journey, you just keep taking another step. Don't stop, don't quit, don't give up. And you know, you can sit down and you can cry and you can take a moment, meditate, and you know, get angry or you know, whatever you're going to do when it gets really dicey. But eventually you're going to get back on the path and you're going to take another step. And I just want you to know that when you do decide to take another step, signature cell healing will be right there with you. And that's something that you can turn to help you in those times. And I know it's helped me because, you know, heck, I want to give up a few times. I want to say, I'm getting out of here, you know. But I'm committed to this journey and to what I signed up for. And I think the more that we meditate, the more that we connect into our higher selves and feel it in our heart, the more we can understand our own personal journey and get beyond, you know, focusing on other people and what they're doing to me. Or why is this person being so mean to me? Or, you know, why is this happening? Oh my God, this is gonna happen, or that's gonna happen, or, you know, it's gonna affect me in this or that way. The more we get into signature cell healing and the 10 principles, the more we'll understand we have control over our journey. We have control over how we feel about what's happening to us, and understand that our higher selves are working with us to get us where we need to be for this great shift in consciousness. So if it means you're going to have to, you know, move where you live, or it means you're going to have to change your job, or it means you're going to start a new relationship, you know, that could be part of the journey. So you want to be connected into your higher self and into your heart that will guide you through the steps that you put in that blueprint to experience in this lifetime. And the more we can do it without ego, without blame, and with a loving connection to our own hearts, it becomes, dare I say, easier, smoother, let's say. So does that bring up any questions? I put a lot out there. And if you, and Sandra, I'm so happy to see you smiling. Yeah, Dean, go ahead.
There. I really wanted to say that our card choice for today is just fabulous, because I am working on healing my eye. I have this, my eye just one day just kind of got all not good, and the doctor can't figure out what happened. And talk about getting a message specific. I feel like it was just for me. Continue your journey, heal your eye. So I just wanted to share that.
Wow. And you know what, so interesting, Mahina Coop, when we in signature cell healing, one of the basic techniques of signature cell healing, one of the first ones I learned was Trinity tapping, Trinity points. And that was, you know, created by Kahu Fred because the first 3 principles, truth, trust, and passion of the 10 principles, were the first 3 that Master Guide Kirill presented to us. We didn't get them all at once, folks. We really did get them a little bit at a time. And the first 3 that we got were truth, trust, and passion. And Kahu Fred integrated them immediately into signature cell healing. So it has to do with creating Trinity points on the body through tapping in a what you would call a triangle formation, right? There's a particular way of tapping. And it can be done anywhere, and it's good on the eyes, fortunately, and it's good, on shoulders, knees, everywhere. So interesting that 3 came up too, because that is really integrated into signature cell healing, the whole idea of the Trinity. And the Trinity, the very first Trinity that we come to the earth plane with, is you have the mother and the father come together to create you, right? The egg and the sperm. And then that is the truth and the trust. And the passion is your blueprint, the signature cell that comes from the etherics into the union of the truth and the trust. And you bring in the passion with your blueprint. And that goes into the awakening spirit inside the mother. And that's the first Trinity. That's the original Trinity that we come in with. So when you meditate, you can also go back to that original Trinity, to connect into the blueprint, because that blueprint, we all choose our mothers and fathers, right? We don't just pick random people. At first, I was wondering, years ago, I was wondering when I first started in spirituality, which is really in my 40s, right? I was thinking, why do I have this particular family? I don't understand, because I'm not like them, I thought, right? I'm not like them. And I don't get along with them. And that also is right up in the beginning of this book, right? At that time when I realized, oh my God, it's all perfect. I'm getting it now. I chose my mother and my father, and I'm grateful that I did, because they were beautiful people. And we all choose our family, we choose our spouses, we choose everything. And it's so good to use the tools of signature cell healing to tap into that, your blueprint and your journey, and understand, and it doesn't happen from, tell me, that was a long time ago. It was 25 years I've been working on this, folks. And so it doesn't happen from one day to the next. This is a journey, right? So you're going to take one step and another step, and you're going to it's levels of awareness, right? Levels of awareness of love for yourself, self-love. That's the most important thing, is love for myself, love for yourself, love for everybody. And that's what I was so enthralled with Kahu Fred. In the final years of him being on the earth plane, he said that so often. I love everybody. I love everyone. I love you. I love you. I love you. And he did. And I think to me, that's the ultimate level of love that we can experience on this plane and still remain incarnate. I love myself. I love everyone around me, without exception, without, but, and then no, he loved everybody, And so of course, I'm still here. I'm still human. I'm doing my journey, and I'm understanding what he taught us. There's so much depth to the wisdom of Kahu and Master Guide Kirill, and I'm bringing a lot of that through in the signature cell healing online workshops now, and it's deep. You can go to signaturecellhealing.com and look in the shop and see all of the recordings, all of the books. There's just so much to delve into. And, don't do it all at once like I did. I dove in, But take it a little at a time and explore what speaks to you. What are you looking for now? Are you looking for information about channeling? Are you learning about healing? Or do you want to know more about this earth plane, Mother Earth, and why we're here and what's happening? All of that, they covered all of that. And so I'm so grateful that we have that wisdom at this time in our great shift. Um, any other thoughts as we move along here? Yeah, Wendy, please. Thank
Well,
you.
Karina, that diamond, the three of diamonds, was perfect for me for in the past month. I am so stuck in the physical body. I barely know the others are there. And even though I tell
Wow.
myself, and I signed up for the next seminar because I just want more of my energy to be focused in the healing and on those levels, all the different levels. But I know that the physical for me now is just because I'm 78. So I'm so many people I love and know of are passing away or getting severe illnesses. And I've been in so much grief about it. And I know it's natural. So I really appreciate all of this to help me move out of that. But I think too, for me, it's just acceptance of the reality, because every time I hear someone has something and this is it, and they're in hospice, it's, I feel myself getting sucked into that. And of course, I want to be moving through all of this on all levels. So I really appreciate what you're doing. And
Wow.
I know on the journey, all of these things come and go for us. They're natural, but sometimes it's wearing.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I hear that. Thank you so much for sharing that, Wendy. And while you were speaking, I was thinking about one thing that Master Guy Kira always used to say to me. He goes, everybody needs a way out. Everybody needs a way to get off the earth plane. And we all put that in the blueprint because we don't come here, and Kahu said it too. We don't stay here forever. And we all know that, right? We all know that you're born and then you leave the earth plane. Your physical body, you leave it and you go on to whatever else. It's not like there's nothing else besides here, please. Let me tell you, there isn't, okay? So there's other realms that we want to experience. There's the angelic realm, maybe becoming a guide to the people that are, or an angel, like my mom, other people that are still incarnate on the earth plane to help us. So we can see what it looks like as people suffering in there as they go out. Let me tell you, I really truly believe it's all in the blueprint. It's all what we chose to experience, and there is beauty. I have a good friend that is experiencing Parkinson's, and when we were younger, we wouldn't have said, okay, you're going to have that, when you get older. It's something that unfolded as that person got older, right? So we go into our end phases. I've had times when I had and you can read about it, I think still on my website. I had a car crash that totaled my car. I mean, it really totaled it. And I was out, and then the police woman came and shined her light to see if I was still alive in there. And I chose not to go. It was an opportunity for me to leave. And I know we put these things called exit points in our blueprint. And that was one. I've had many, some when I was younger, and just decided to stay. And I'm really glad I did, because I want to get everything completed that I came here to do. And that includes my physical healing. So what's coming up, getting back to what you said, Wendy, what's coming up for us now, and I'm experiencing it too, are physical challenges in mobility or whatever else is going on. And I have other clients that have this too. These are things I know I put them in my blueprint for this part of my journey. And what I'm working on is not listening to, or not giving, I don't want to say giving into, but not believing the conventional wisdom about what this is, right? So you have this, so that means it's going to go like this. And you have this, so you better do this, or this is going to happen. You know what I'm talking about, right? So, write your own story when that comes up, and believe what Kahu Fred, that everything can be healed. And what I'm finding is that when I meditate and when I listen to the guidance, I find the next step. And believe me, 2.5, 3 years ago, Kahu started healing me on this before he left. I mean, I was kind of in despair because I really didn't see the next step. And now the way I feel today, it's just like day and night. So what I'm saying to you is don't ever give up and listen to your heart more than what other people might be telling you in a negative kind of way. Look for the positive journey forward in how you can deal with things. And there's always things that are going to come up and you're going to hear that and you're going to think, I wonder if I should try that. Try that. I think I was on a recording probably a year ago, and I was going to visit my family on the mainland, and that trip turned into something way beyond what I even imagined it would be, and it started a new level of this journey of healing that I'm on. So in the past year, it's expanded so much that I'm so grateful I actually did go on that trip and take that journey and then listen to what I learned as I was interacting with the people that I was with. So you look where you are now and pay attention to the guidance that's coming to you and seek it out in your meditations and pray for it. So get a mastermind that is a positive, affirmative statement that is the best, what you envision as no limits, nothing, saying you can't do it, everything positive, exactly the way you'd like it to be, and create healing for yourself. And do the journey toward that mastermind. That's what the 10 principles are about, because masterminding is a 10th principle, and you need all the other 9 principles to get to that masterminding. So you're going to weave truth, trust, and passion into it, clarity, communication, and completion, and then prayer, meditation, sleep state programming to get to masterminding. Yeah, thank you so much, Wendy. That's a beautiful share. I appreciate that. Anybody else? Yeah, I mean, it is a challenging time, and I'm encouraged because I did remember this last week, Master Guide Kirill saying to me that the Lemurians had it harder than we were going to have it. So I thought, okay, I guess we could do this. And we can, as long as we remember this is the great shift in consciousness, and it's a collective. It's really interesting. Okay, it's about each of us doing our own personal healing journey, finding the deeper levels of love and staying in that loving awareness, and collectively connecting, because it's a collective shift in consciousness. So there is a critical mass of light workers and healers and energies, human energies on the planet that it takes to create this great shift in consciousness. And these kind of gatherings are such a blessing because it's time for us to collectively come together as well. So it happens at the same time, personal and collective. And that creates our great shift in consciousness as we ascend and elevate our awareness into love. Sandra, please go ahead.
Hi, Karinna. Oh, you did
Hi.
hi, you did a perfect job summarizing what we're all going through. Perfect. All right, but on one in response to what Master Guy Carroll, what you shared about what he said, that see the Lemurians, all I first I thought he was referring to going from the fifth down to the third, but no, they went from the third upward to, at certain points too, right?
Right. I'm just getting the book.
So do you think which do you think he was referring to? Because first I thought, oh, that means going back downward is to a
No, we're
lower
not going
dimension.
back.
No, the Lemurians. So I thought, oh, maybe he meant that's harder than ascending. Maybe,
Oh.
but no, but he might have meant going from the third to the fourth because they did go upward, right? While the planet stayed in the third dimension, the human beings existing them were allowed to ascend while
Okay,
still living here. So do you think
good
he
question.
meant going from third to fourth or fifth? So they had it easier? I didn't know that. I didn't read that yet. That was
Ah,
that was
it might
interesting.
not be in the book, but there's a whole lot. This is what the
Oh, but
like.
he shared that with you personally. Wow.
Okay, yeah. And I think he did that to me because I don't know, maybe I was at a difficult point in my journey. But yeah, Sandra, thank you so much. That's a good question. The Lemurians, and that's a good to fill in about Lemuria, because Lemuria was a third dimensional awareness, right? Lemuria was a large continent in the middle of the Pacific Ocean 40 or 50,000 years ago. And the Hawaiian Islands are the peaks, the mountain peaks, the mountaintops of ancient Lemuria. And the whole continent was huge, covered most of what we know as the Pacific Ocean now. And they went through first a third dimensional experience, like similar to what we're having. I mean, every third dimension is unique. What every third dimension, the people are seeking to elevate to the fourth light. They might not know it consciously, right? A lot of people on the planet, they're very loving beings, but they don't know we're going from third to fourth dimension. They're nice people, they just are filled with love. So the Lemurians did a shift from third to fourth, from fourth to fifth, and third to fourth, fourth to fifth, fifth to sixth, and then out of here, right? Because our planet is an evolutionary planet. So it's meant for this type of experience of, hot and cold, good and bad, relationships, this type of thing. So the Earth plane is an evolutionary planet. And once you get up into the fifth and sixth dimension, it's very difficult to stay in a physical body. Why would you want to? Because everything is love and light. You're going to get out, right? So at our point now, we are moving, and this might be one of the difficult levels to move through, is to move out of the yin and yang and the good and bad of the third dimension, which helps us make sense of the physical world. It's not good or bad um, to have this yin and yang. It's just about an experience of, how do we experience love, the creator's love. And now the planet itself, Mother Earth herself, is elevating her energy into the fourth light. And so we can choose to go into that new level of awareness with Mother Earth, or we can, if we still need to do something that's third dimensional, like this type of a relationship or a physical healing or these kind of things, we can do that somewhere else because the planet itself is elevating. And that's what makes everything seem kind of, dicey. Let's put it that way. Okay. Mary Faith, did you have a question or something? Go ahead. I hope that answers, Sandra. Go ahead, Mary Faith.
I don't watch news very much anymore, but I read National Geographic and NPR and all the good things, I think. And it seems to me that the whole planet is erupting. It's erupting on the Big Island, or there's floods or earthquakes in Indonesia, and I mean all over the place,
Yeah.
not just here. So maybe Mother Earth is ready to move us along,
Yes.
to get us to
Yeah.
to get us up to the fourth dimension.
Yes, and thank you, Mary Faith. And every one of us is going to experience that in a different way. Meaning, I personally hadn't noticed that. But the only one I notice is here at Kilauea, right? The volcano on the Hawaii Island that is erupting. I wasn't aware of these other ones, but each of us. My point is, our awareness or our attention is going to go where it needs to go for each of us personally. So you are feeling you're a green goddess too, right? And
Mhm.
goddesses are really aware of Mother Earth and her shifting, and about the weaves of Mother Earth. That's they call the green goddess the keeper of the weaves. And so you're very aware of shifting of the planet itself. So I appreciate you sharing that. And it's right. I agree with that. Mother Earth is getting our attention. Let's put it that.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's a time for
Thank
us
you.
to put it to ourselves as well, and also to honor Mother Earth and to send her light. And thank you. That's what we do every month in our healing meditation for Mother Earth, which will be on Monday, the March 10th this month. And it's just a time when we can collectively come together and send light to Mother Earth wherever we feel she's shifting and she could use our feeling to feel our love. Yeah. We're yes, go ahead, Gloria, please.
Isn't there some part of us that are here now that actually experience Lemuria?
Oh yes, definitely. I would say all of people I see here on live with us, and many that are going to come in on the replay, are returning Lemurians.
Well, that's what I thought, because when I first came to Hawaii, it was like I had come home.
Yeah,
I mean, I was just overcome with that feeling of coming home.
right. And a lot of people say, "Wow, you're feeling the aloha spirit," and that might be true, right? But it really is the feeling of this is Lemuria, and people who have been here, even people who haven't but long to come here, know
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. And that's because, and I talk about this in the goddess readings and also in the signature cell healing online workshops, is what is the goddess light and what is Lemuria? And the goddesses are the ones who herald the great shifts in consciousness. We're the ones. We ignite our love in order for this great shift to begin and to continue to its completion, right? And many people, many women are feeling that now, especially women, because we have the double X chromosome. So I guess lately we should say many people, because there could be men that also feel that as well. So it's about feeling the love of Lemuria. So thank you so much, Gloria. Thank you for that. That's so true. We have a moment, we have just a minute or so for a short meditation. And I have something in mind that I think you will like. That's why I would like to do it still. So everybody just get comfortable where you are and close your eyes and just breathe and feel those golden particles and the white light coming through your blueprint down into your heart space, and just feel the light of love in your heart. And as you breathe, let it expand and expand out through your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual bodies. And just let the light surround you now, embrace you, and feel like you're just held in this bubble of beautiful white light, loving light from your higher self. And in front of you, imagine yourself sitting now on wherever you are, and looking out to the countryside, wherever you might be. Maybe you can be sitting in a forest, or sitting at the seaside, or sitting at a lake. And notice before you, even if you're at a lake or at the seaside, notice that there's a path moving from where you sit forward. And like we have in our image for this webcast today, the young lady sitting on the mountain top and looking at the path unfolding below her. See that path going out from your heart, and just send a light now from your heart to enlighten the path before you. And whatever your goals are, whatever your intentions are in your life, whether it be healing your physical body or balancing your emotional body, clarity in your mental body, even a connection, a clearer connection into your spirit guidance, just see that as your ultimate goal. And the path from where you are now leading toward it might not be a straight line. It might take some turns. It might take some time off the path and then getting back on the path. But just know that you're on your journey, and you can enlighten that journey now. Enlighten your journey from your heart, and just see a glowing light of whatever color you choose. Maybe the green goddesses would like to light it up in a beautiful green light, because it's your love that's going to enlighten this journey. Your love for the journey and what you're doing here on earth at this time. So it's a time for you to love your journey, every step, and every person you encounter, every gem along the path, every stone that you turn over holds healing and love for you. So take a deep breath and know that you're in the perfect space right now to do that journey. And just feel yourself coming back into where you began, seated where you are, and open your eyes. So I hope that gives you an image or something you can use in your meditations to enlighten your journey with love as you go forward. And there are challenging times for each of us, and just know that you can enlighten them with your love, because it's about the self-love, the love that it took for you to come here at this time and do this very powerful journey of healing, self-healing. And so I hope you'll join me tomorrow at the Honolulu Church of Light for Sunday healing service. You can get the live streaming link at honoluluchurchoflight.com. And I'll be talking about the 5 breath self-healing meditation and some other kind of message too that you might enjoy. I'd also like to let you know that our next Heart to Spirit Connections is going to be May 1st. So we're taking off on April, the first Saturday in April, because we'll just be coming off of the workshop, the online workshop. So the online workshop is going to be the 22nd, 23rd, and 29th, 3 hours per session. And you receive lots of good stuff. So you receive the self-healing resource bundle. There are discounts for those of you who have already done signature cell healing workshops, or if you purchase the bundle already, there's a discount. So, read about it on my website, KarinnaNielsen.com, or at signaturecellhealing.com. That's where you can register. Or send me an email, Karinna@KarinnaNielsen.com, and I can help you do that. So I'm looking forward to seeing you again after April. Wow, we're going to have a dynamic time, and we'll come together again May 1st. Unless I see you in the workshop, which I will see some of you, I'm sure. Lots of loving light to everyone. Thank you so much for joining me today. Lots of blessings to you. Aloha.